The war of words continues over the city ground, which feels like it's being held to ransom right now. Welcome to your latest Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. Coming up in today's video, we'll talk you through the latest in the city ground development wars. And who's winning? Who's winning? All will be explained. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And congratulations to Ian Keaton. Ticket number 8 won the football prizes last week. Many congratulations to you, sir. And there is a new one already up and out on football prizes. So if you want to win this signed framed Forest home kit, like mine, that will be the frame you get it in. Make sure you go and check out the link in the description and pinned in the comments. And there's also a Danilo Insta Prize signed shirt by Danilo home kit as well as many Insta prizes. Okay, guys, let's jump into this. So we gave you the update last week on how Forest, kind of, as I said, we're playing politics with it. We're putting the pressure on the council, threatening to leave the city ground. And you can kind of say that this is expected, the response back from the council as they hit back, because clearly the pressure was mounting on them by Forest just saying that they were considering it. And there's been a statement released by the leader of Nottingham City Council, and he does not want Forest apparently to leave the city ground. You don't say, mate. Let me read you the statement here. It comes after the football club said it was considering scrapping the move to the stadium redevelopment and relocation due to a row with the council over the rent. The stadium is cited on land leased from the city council, and talks over extensions have stalled. We already know that. Council leader David Mellen says he wants the club to stay, but a rent increase is only fair, he says. Talks between the club and the council stalled over the authorities' demand that the current $250,000 goes up to $1 million. And talks between the club and, Mr Mellen then says, we think the Trent Bridge area is the best place for the club to remain, and we will work with them to achieve a settlement that allows it to happen. He added the council, which has declared itself effectively bankrupt and announced a series of wide-ranging cuts, was willing to negotiate, but could not give mates rates, in quotes. That's not how we can act, particularly when we've got commissioners here who are checking out every move and making sure we get best value for the assets that we have, he said. We're not ready to give up talks or end negotiations, and whether that's with the chairman or the owner, we'll do what's necessary. So an interesting statement there from them. This whole mates rates thing, never thought that was a thing with councils. But clearly there's a conflict of interest. I still think the council, ideally, if there wasn't public pressure on them, would love to knock the city ground down and just build houses. It would be more profitable for them. But this whole £1 million ransom that they're trying to hold us to is clearly not going to happen. You can definitely tell that at some point they're just going to come to an agreement. As far as I understand, they're about 300k, 200k off. I think Forest are willing to spend up to 700k on this. And eventually you'll find they'll probably meet in the middle at something like 800k. But they had to come out with a statement. They had to show that they're not the evil people in this debate. They have to show that they're trying to play it above board and everything. And for me, I can't see anything happening other than this getting resolved and Forest ending up at the city ground. I swear to God, if anyone says Jinxerine in the comments, I will deal with you all personally. But anyway, so how does this play out? I still don't think we'll get a resolution until towards the end of the season, or when Forest have had their points deduction announced. Because I honestly still think that just from a business perspective, Forest need to know where they stand. Yes, we know that the city ground needs development, but at what cost and how quickly, I think still depends on our status in the Premier League. But what do you guys think about what the council are saying? Do you think this is a good sign or not? I think they're cracking. They're just trying to position themselves, for me, not to be the bad guys. Get your thoughts in down below. Okay, let's move on to our second story, and this, of course, is the most important thing that's going on at Nottingham Forest right now, and that's, of course, with the PSR charges. But just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, please do hit that like, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. So, the court case, I don't know what you want to call it, man. Is this a suits thing going on or what have you? The hearing starts tomorrow, and this is the most important thing that's going to happen this year. This will make or break our season. This will go across 2 days, both Thursday and Friday, as Forest's biggest signing of the year so far. Nick DeMarco takes to the stand, and let's hope he gets a hat trick, because this is seriously important. Now, what happens off the back of this is that Forest will hear the resolution to the case by, I believe, the 14th or 15th of April, and then they will have a chance to appeal if they so wish to do, which I think they'd be silly not to. Unless, of course, the Premier League come out and just say slap on the wrist or a fine. I think the only way Forest don't appeal this is if there's no points in the charge. Now, there's been a lot of mixed responses. There's been a lot of ex-chairmen from other clubs. I've heard the ex-Crystal Palace one come out, a few others as well, saying that both Everton and Forest should just be given a slap on the wrists while the rules are being changed, because clearly they're not fit for purpose. And the big thing off the back of this is if Forest do appeal, they can drag this out past the end of the season, which is against what the Premier League want and what other clubs will want as well. So there is a chance. Now, I'm not saying it will happen, but there is a possibility that maybe this just turns into a fine or a suspended sentence or something like that, because the rules will be changing in and around August time of this year on PSR, and more aligned with the European model that you see, where 70% can be spent on players and wages, etc. Now, there are some people that are saying, and there's rumours going around, that Forest will know the points deduction, if there is going to be one, by the time that we play Luton in a week or so's time. I don't know if I believe that or not. It wouldn't surprise me, because I think the Premier League will try and do everything they can to speed this process up along. I think the longer the resolution takes to come out, the less points, or the less likely that points will be deducted from Nottingham Forest, because, of course, of the appeal going post-season. Now, if we were not to get points, what would that mean? I still think it gets very political, because you'd look at the likes of Luton, potentially Brentford, potentially Bournemouth, those teams that are in and around Forest and Everton, and they would want to see some sanctions against us. And against Everton. So just by Forest not getting a points deduction doesn't mean this saga comes to an end. Now, would Forest prefer that option? Probably. Maybe maybe Luton sue Forest for, like, I don't know, 100 million or something. Marinakis whips out the checkbook and everyone can move on and move forward. But I think this is a crucial 2 days. In the future of Forest, this defines us. I keep saying, if we stay up, I think under Nuno, there are really good prospects and a really good future. I hope, I pray. But we will keep you posted on the events and how they materialize. But don't expect any answers by Friday. Expect to see loads of speculation, loads of questions, loads of clickbait articles in the papers. But what happens? We know for sure the 14th or 15th of April is when our fate will be decided. How nervous are you guys about it? If you want to speculate in the comments as to what you think the punishment will be, go on, let's all be virtual accountants for the day. Get your comments in on that. Okay, that brings you up to date with your latest Forest news. We don't have a live stream tonight, but we do have a preview coming up tomorrow on tomorrow's video, as Forest will be taking on Brighton on Sunday. So screw the Liverpool game, that's now in the rearview mirror. We look forward now, because hopefully Forest can get 3 big points. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new, and go get these tickets for the signed framed Forest home kit before they sell out. We'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.